We've seen how to create and write to files. Now I want us to see how we can delete files. Deleting is super simple as long as we keep two things in mind. First, we need to close files that we want to delete first. We can't delete open files. So we have to have that F close on any file we want to delete. So if we've opened it, we have to close it. If we never opened it, it's not an issue. It's already assumed to be closed. Second, we must make sure that we have write permission on the directory or the folder that contains the file. So in the same way we had to make sure that that directory was writable before we could create the file, we have to also make sure that it's writable before we can delete the file. Now in our case, that's already going to be true, but I wanted to mention it because it can be a little counterintuitive because you may think, oh, well, I have write permissions on the file itself. I ought to be able to delete it. But it's actually the directory that contains it where it makes a difference as well. So just keep that in mind. In order to test it out, we'll delete the file test.txt that we created earlier. We'll open a new TextMate file, and we'll go ahead and just save it as file delete.php. And we'll put some PHP tags in there. Now, deleting it is as simple as this one command, unlink. Now, I know unlink may not sound like what it's doing is deleting it. That's how you do it. The same way you unset a variable, we unlink a file. So we'll save that, and let's just try it out. And let's get rid of that file test. We can always create it again if we needed to. We'll go into Firefox and file delete. There it is. Let's take a look and see. And our test file is now gone. It's not there anymore. So as long as you keep those two caveats in mind, deleting files is super simple. In the next movie, we'll talk more about this idea of the file pointer and how we can move the cursor around inside of our file.